We're going to New York to spend Christmas with my family, so let's get packing. Hello, my name is Emily Crow from The Cozy Crow, and welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to Vlogmas. Today's going to be kind of a combo vlog where I'm going to show you all the bookish and yarny things that I'm going to be packing for our trip to go to New York for Christmas, and we'll also take you along on like a little mini travel vlog at the end, just because it's kind of fun to see how everyone's travel experience goes. And a couple years ago, when I meant to travel vlog, our flight was actually canceled, so that was kind of interesting. Hopefully that doesn't happen this year, but I'm a little bit out of breath because I literally almost had a panic attack looking for this skein of yarn. So I'm making Christmas Eve socks for my family, myself, my husband, and my daughter who is 4. I'm doing the Lights on Main sock pattern by Kim Jackson. And I have 2 skeins of the main color, 1 skein of the contrast color. It should be plenty of yarn for all 3 of us, but I really needed the second main skein and I could not find it anywhere. Thankfully, I found it. I had just thought it wasn't wound up yet, and so I was kind of looking with a certain lens, and so when I was like, maybe it's already wound, I was able to find it. So thankfully, I need to kind of gather up my projects and decide, first of all, which projects I'm going to take with me on the plane versus which I'm going to leave in my luggage. And then I also need to decide what I'm going to work on after Christmas, because I am still working on some Christmas presents and these Christmas Eve socks. But after Christmas, we're still going to be in New York for not quite a week, but we'll be there for a few days. So I need to come prepared for other projects I may want to work on. It looks a little messy and crazy in here because I'm trying to do some like speed packing before I take a nap prior to my night shift tonight. But I also have I have a meeting for work at 3 and I've got an orthodontist appointment. So I'm just kind of squeezing in as much as I can. I've already packed almost 1 whole suitcase with gifts and things, though weight-wise, we have plenty of space. So we'll see what other heavy items we can throw in that suitcase, but that one's pretty much full volume-wise. So we only have 1 other suitcase for sure. We might bring a duffel bag. We do have a 3rd suitcase. I'd like to not bring it if we can help it, but we'll just see kind of what happens. We only have 2 adults, so there's only so many hands that we can use to pull things. So we're going to try to be judicious about what we bring. Let's talk about all the Christmas presents I'm for sure bringing, and we will divvy those out between carry-on and in the luggage. All right, I've got my carry-on right here. If you can hear, I'm doing laundry in the background. Probably will get clothes sometime later, but I've got, as far as gifts and things, my dad's scarf. I would love to get through these 2 skeins of yarn. I'm holding it double. I'm making the Urbana scarf by J.L. Walker, something like that. I'll make sure to link it down below if you're interested. It is a free pattern. It's got some really fun cabling detail. This is coming along nicely because I'm feeling really comfortable with the stitch pattern and the pattern repeats. It's a 20-row repeat. You've got 8 rows of doing the same thing over and over again, right side versus wrong side, basically, just kind of carrying the cable pattern up. And then you do 1 row of a more intense cable, and then you do just a simple wrong side row. And then you do that all over again, but the alternation of the cables makes it so that written out it's a 20-row repeat. I don't know. If you look at the pattern, it would make sense, but basically you're doing these squiggly cables in the middle, every single right side, so you're going back and forth on that. Easy to read your knitting. And then every 10 rows, you are doing a bigger cable on either side. So it's been really intuitive now that I've gotten the hang of it. I don't need to even use my cable needle anymore for the little cables, and I don't even need to look at the pattern because I can follow along pretty well. So this is coming along nicely. I'm wondering, I might bring this to work tonight. I don't know. We are really swamped. We've got some high acuity patients, so I might not have a lot of time to knit. So it might be easier for me to bring my mom's stockinette sock. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do. This is not a great plain knitting project because the needles are a little longer. They let you bring down scissors with a blade less than 4 inches, and so I try really hard not to even bring needles greater than 4 inches, and I think these are a 5-inch needle. So I'm not gonna bring these on the plane in my carry-on. I'm gonna put these and the 2 other skeins in my checked luggage. I already mentioned my mom's socks that have a lot more progress on them. I have 1 sock totally done, ta-da! and I started the second sock. I'm on the leg. I've got a ways to go. I'm thinking that this would be the best on the airplane project since we are flying 2 airplanes. We leave maybe like 7 a.m. and we arrive in New York at like 3 p.m. So overall, only like 6 or 7 hours of travel with the time change, but there's 2 different flights, got a little bit of a layover. Hopefully we don't run into any issues, but with parenting my 4-year-old, I might have to stop and start a lot, and so a stockinette sock will be really great for that. So let's bring this to work tonight, see how far I get, and then we'll also bring this in my carry-on luggage because it would be so nice if I can get this done before we arrive in New York. That would be really nice because then I would have to try less hard to keep this a secret from my mom. And then finally, the Christmas Eve socks for my family. I'll show you. This is what I really would rather work on, but I'm gonna prioritize my parents' patterns for right now. This is my second sock. It is the Lights on Main pattern by Kim Jackson. I decided to do my sock first, which in retrospect felt a little selfish, but I did it for a reason. I figured I would get used to the pattern. I also would get the most knitting done on my socks because I wanted taller socks. And my husband wants ankles and my daughter wants ankle socks as well. And she's only 4. So I figured the most knitting would be on my socks, get those out of the way, and then the other 2 pairs would be quicker. I've just taken a lot longer with these socks because they haven't been a priority. And now we're like in crunch time. I need to try really hard to get these done. If I knew that I'd get more knitting done tonight on my night shift, I would bring these. I just barely finished the gusset. I don't know. How busy do I think I'll be tonight? I may bring them as a secondary project just in case I need to like switch things up, but I honestly really highly doubt that I will be finishing these. These would maybe be a good project to bring on the airplane though if I need to switch projects. So I don't know, 2 sock projects in my carry-on, is that too much? I still may do that. I definitely don't need this extra skein yet. This is gonna go in the checked luggage. I still am having a hard time deciding between my mom's sock versus my sock as far as like a project to get finished. It'd be great to finish my sock so I can start my husband's socks, but my mom's sock has farther to go. But it is stockinette. Decisions. Are you doing any last minute Christmas makes right now? Because I feel you if you are. Let's look at the other projects I have and consider what I may want to work on after Christmas, because we will have at least a few days and we'll also be flying back home to Utah, so we'll have some time to get some knitting done. I also forgot that I have my husband's socks I want to fix, so I need to grab those things too. I'm definitely gonna have a full kit of like notions and things, so I don't have to worry about bringing a darning needle, but I need to remember to bring the socks. First of all, I want to fix this pair because there's just a hole in the heel of that one, and this one's just threadbare, so I might as well, since I have the yarn to fix it, tidy them both up. I've got a darning egg to even help me out with that. And then I also have this sock that must have snagged on something because it has a hole right here, but I don't know if I have this yarn still because I'm pretty sure it was like a 50-gram skein. Maybe I will try and look for this main color so I can patch this up because this is a very small hole that shouldn't be too tricky to patch up. So I can patch that up as well because my husband has been missing his hand knit socks and I've been dragging my feet on getting these fixed. So I really want to finish them for Christmas. I really should bring them along with us. All right, post-Christmas projects. I have a sock design in mind. It doesn't really fit in this bag, but this is what I've got. And I know I'll have some sock needles handy once I finish Christmas projects. So I'm bringing this. I'm really hoping to get this most of the way done on this trip so that I can do a testing call and have this pattern published for Valentine's Day. We shall see. I've also got a hat from Yarnaceous Fibers for the First Light Wins box. I won't show it too much here, but I have a ways to go. This is going to be a pretty easy knit. This is a contender for bringing with us. I also am opening up Fangirl Fibers' yarn from their holiday romance box. They have a Christmas book and a Christmas skein of yarn. So I was thinking about having that as like a Christmas day cast on. So I'm bringing that with me already, but that's packaged away in one of our suitcases. Other than that, oh my gosh, wait. My Christmas sweater. I can't forget my Christmas sweater. That has gotten like 0 love for a while because I've been prioritizing presents. But I'm on the first sleeve and it's pretty simple knit. So this honestly wouldn't be a bad choice to bring to New York and work on just like watching TV with my parents after Georgia goes to bed. But how do I guesstimate how much yarn I need? especially because I only am on the first sleeve, so I gotta kind of extrapolate for the second sleeve. We'll grab a couple skeins of this. I'll grab my project bag. I'll make sure to bring this because I would love to wear it for Christmas if I can get it done in time. I'm just gonna bring all the yarn I have so that I am not short. I think I will only need, I'm gonna say 2 skeins per arm, but beyond that I have 2 more skeins in case I need 3 skeins per arm, and they are 50-gram skeins. I'm using Swish worsted in Garnet Heather, a favorite of mine. I should be plenty good on that. I'm sure I will bring some unused skeins home. We'll see. Man, this hair is not staying put out of my face. This is going to be hopefully a before Christmas thing, but it might turn into an after Christmas thing. Christmas cast on, sock design. I feel like I might need one more project if I get all these other projects finished in time for Christmas. I'm probably going to need one other thing to work on, like something easy to knit. Also, I'm kind of running out of space, so maybe, because we are definitely going to at least one yarn store while I'm in New York, maybe I should just plan on working on something I pick up in New York, or give myself the option to do that, because honestly, I overpack always for projects and things. I am extra hopeful. I'll probably be in a mad dash to knit before Christmas, so I'll probably take a break after Christmas to recuperate a little bit, maybe do some more reading after Christmas. So I think I'm probably okay. I'm gonna stop there. So as far as post-Christmas projects, I'm just gonna bring the socks that I'm designing, and I'm just gonna bring the Christmas Day cast on. That feels like not enough knitting. I'll think about it. Oh my gosh, I forgot my gnome, my mystery gnome knit along by Sarah Shearer. I have not started yet, but this is my color palette. This would actually be a really good project because it's small. I can use sock needles for it, and I don't think I need like hardly any other like extra things, and I can just do it in pieces. So it's still a pretty portable project, and it's very small, like packs down a lot. I don't think my mom has stuffing at home, so I may not be able to finish this even if I get a lot done, but potentially, maybe, we'll see. I'm not gonna stress about it, but I do want like extra backup plans. This would be a good backup plan since I'm definitely not gonna finish this before the end of the make along because it has not been a priority. Finally, as far as books that I'm bringing, I will not have as many options purposefully because I tend to work through books a lot faster with audiobooks and whatnot, and I already know for sure the things that I want to bring with me. So we've got my Kindle. It's a Paperwhite 10. I've had it for 4 years now. It's my trusty Kindle. I'll probably bring it to work with me tonight in case I'm lucky. Actually, you know, I don't need to bring my book. I have lots of projects to work on. I'm going to be knitting and watching YouTube if I do end up having time. So I should probably just start charging this right now. I have at least one book I've downloaded from my library already, and I have a couple Libby holds that should be coming up for me to loan really soon. I also have a few just like stashed away in here that I purchased, like Fourth Wing. I am doing a reread, and I want to tandem like reread plus listen to Fantasy Fangirls podcast in preparation for Onyx Storm. So I have that already loaded on here. Honestly, I probably won't finish more than the library loan I currently have, which is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I'm working through that. That'll take me through to Christmas probably. And then Fourth Wing, doing my reread on that and making some progress there. I'm like maybe 20% of the way into that book. So I've got lots of pages left to read. I don't read a ton on my Kindle. I'll get some reading done for sure though on this trip. And then on the airplane, I actually wanted to read Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. And this is perfect because I've wanted to read one of her holiday romances recently. Like I've been really wanting to read some of her stuff. And this actually takes place over Christmas time. These two friends travel from Chicago to Dublin every single Christmas time to visit their family. So it's got like the airplane motif. They're traveling. So perfect for our travel. They end up getting stranded, and she tries to figure out a way for them to still get home for Christmas. She's like kind of neurotic about trying to get them home for Christmas, and chaos ensues and their relationship ends up growing because of it. So I'm really excited about this one, and it's actually perfect for traveling for the holidays. So I have this, I have a bookmark thrown in here, dashing through the books. So I'm really excited about this one. It's a nice floppy book too. I had a book last time I traveled to my parents' house. It had like 3 travel or airport related novellas by Denise Williams. I can't remember, like Flight Risk or Take Flight, something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but I enjoyed having a thematic book while I was traveling, and this seems like the perfect thematic book for traveling. So that'll be in my carry-on. I also have the book from the Winter Romance book box from Fangirl Fibers that I should open on Christmas. I might open it on Christmas Eve so that I have like a cozy book to read for Buckelflod, which is something my family has been celebrating recently, where we get chocolate, we get a book, and we just get cozy for Christmas Eve. It's a nice little tradition, and so I might just break out this book for that. I'm not sure. But with that in mind, that'll be the book I read probably the second half of this trip. If I get through this book on this first half of the trip, or maybe like I read this just on the airplane, see how far I get. Maybe read a little bit in New York, but read most of it on the flights there and flights back. I'm not sure how it'll all work out, but I think 2 physical books in my Kindle is plenty. I will also bring my headphones and I'll have audiobooks, but I really don't get through a lot of audiobooks with my family because I'm like playing with my daughter, going out and doing things, or like sitting and chatting. So that's kind of all that I'm bringing with me as far as bookish and yarny things. Next clip you'll see is us actually doing our travel. We're gonna be leaving really early on Wednesday morning. So come follow along with us as we travel to New York and see my family.